People often think that I left the United Nations because I felt tired, but it's not the truth. I left the United Nations because I created a work which looked really good on paper, but inside it felt empty. This is a story why and how I walked away from the United Nations and what it cost me and what it gave me. My name is Ludmila Strok, this is my channel, welcome, and here is my story. For many people, United Nations is a symbol of success. And for me, for a very long period of time, it was a dream job to work for the United Nations and to serve the goals of the organization. But something felt off at some moment. Um, Nobody is telling you that at some point your dream job can feel like it's not a dream anymore for you. I choose the United Nations because I was dreaming about this job from my childhood. I grew up in a very small city. I spent summer vacations and holidays taking care of my grandmother's cow and goats in village. My mom was a nurse. My father was a guard. And for me, the United Nations looks so purposeful and so meaningful. Plus, it was like a window of opportunity, something that me from small city I couldn't even imagine that I will get it. And plus, it looked prestigious, and for someone from rough neighborhood, it sounds great to work for the United Nations. It actually gave me a lot. I started my job in Ukraine, then I moved to Saudi Arabia. I grew as a professional. I had international life, travels. I worked with different people. I worked with ministries. I worked with science institutions, non-governmental organization, think tanks, various donors, diplomats, and many, many, many interesting people. And at the same time, at some point, it started to cost me my identity because I understood that some things which I felt like right, I couldn't voice, or because United Nations, even though it's one of the best organizations in the world, and I really believe in its purpose, it has very strong bureaucracy, very regulated. Actually, all areas of life of employee are so regulated. So I felt like I'm losing myself, my identity. Sometimes I couldn't speak up, or sometimes I had to compromise my thoughts like citizen or representative of certain community. But also it costed me my health and a joy because I also my husband was living in different country, and I understood that I was so stressed. I was traveling between countries. I was on plane every 2 weeks. Plus, nobody is telling, but being alone in other country is really difficult. It is challenging, and I really appreciated my friends in Saudi Arabia and in Ukraine, which supported me during my time in United Nations. And at some point, when I was in Saudi Arabia, even though it was interesting job and very different culture from where I'm from, I felt like I'm not enjoying my life anymore. I'm just trying to survive instead of thrive. So I remember I felt really bad. I was almost crying in my shower, and I had allergy every single time I returned back um, to my work. And people were saying to me, "You are living a dream." So many people would like to live your life, but for me, it was not a dream anymore because I felt alone so many times. I felt my health getting worse. My relationships with my husband were getting worse. Um, mm, Also, I felt that at some point I got disconnected from what I really was worried about real people, about everyday life of real people and their support. Because uh, at some point my work became just bureaucratic, day to day thing which I had to do to tick the box and support other people, ambitious and work. I understood, to be honest, I understood that I thought too much. I felt too depressed. I didn't feel I had energy to do any job. I didn't feel interest in any task, and I felt that I was doing things just to make people around me happy, to make my bosses happy, to make my colleagues happy. Uh, I I put it my interests and my desires, mm, my hopes aside, and I wanted to make sure that other people' expectations are met. That I felt at some point that I worse and people like me because I meet their expectations. I became a good girl, this like good girl who meets other people expectations and help them and please them. Actually, this not just my thing. It was also, I think, many people who worked for international organizations or big institutions have this pattern of good girl or good boy. When you try to please, to satisfy the system, not just people, but to make yourself to fit to some certain standards. So at some point I understood that I can't continue anymore like that, and I need to change something in my life. And I was actually asking what is wrong with me, because so many people around was saying that my life is a dream. I have wonderful relationships. I have very good position, stable work. I I'm international. I'm an expat and etc. I have good pension, social security, etc. But um, the truth was that actually I was ready to do something different, to step um, one step up and to do next level job. And I wanted to take responsibility for my life, um, because when we work for some organization or office or big company, so any company, we still responsible on not responsible. We really depend on other people, and in a way, I was so fed up with people pleasing and um, putting myself in some box. And again, it's not the problem of the United Nations. I just felt that I outgrow my position and that I want to try something different. Want to take more responsibility about my life and my income and my creativity and my projects, to be more into people work to communicate from day to day with ordinary people. And to say the truth, it was not easy decision. Even though I understood that I need a change for a very long time, I still postponed that change. And what helped me was my husband and the relationships with him. And you know, when I was in the system, I felt like uh, it system protects me, and that I have salary, I have stability, I have understanding of tomorrow. But many people now also realize that there is nothing stable in the world, and no job is stable, or tomorrow is not clear. But the main thing that what helped me to understood um, that I can do that is that I was working with coach, mentor, and I understood that I'm capable to do many things and to do projects beyond the UN, and that I am qualified, I'm educated, intelligent, I have very good experience, and I will be able um, to find more for myself. And when I started to work with my fears and to talk with my husband, I understood that um, there is actually nothing to be afraid of. Uh, Conversations with my husband really helped me to understand that I have so many opportunities, and he really supported me. Mm, and it was the most important thing, because at the same time, I heard so many voices of colleagues inside the system, and also my parents and some of my close people who were telling that this is a very big mistake. But what helped me to helped me to make a decision was that I understood that when they are saying about those mistakes, they just voice their own fears. Many people who are staying in the system, and I'm not telling just about the UN, but systems in general, are those who have many fears about future, about their abilities. Many people who don't know how to adjust in world beyond the system, and it's much easier to be basically protected and to be in child's position than to take responsibility for your own life. I was also afraid that I wouldn't be taken seriously outside the United Nations, because I had a status, I had blue passport, I had so many titles, etc., etc., and I was respected. And um, I was actually afraid that my life quality will get worse, but it didn't happen. None of those didn't happen. I really feel that being with my family now, and being responsible for my own life, and every morning to wake up when I want, how I want, and to do what I really want, is like a new luxury. I When I think about my life, um, last months with the UN, I understand I don't want to be like that again, or when I'm 80. Yes, I still believe in UN values, and I might return at some point to the UN jobs. And I actually continue to support some projects, but at this point, for me, my freedom and my ability to control my life is so much more fun and much more enjoyable than any other benefits of stable work. And at first, I was afraid that so many people, many things will change. But my change was not, um, my change was not like dramatic. It was not that I decided, okay, tomorrow I leave the job. No. Before that, Mm, when I was still with the United Nations, I started to search for something that would make me happy, and then I started to learn coaching, started to study psychology, and it really helped me to understand first of all what I want. Secondly, to understand where I have strengths which can support other people. And also, by the time I left the UN, I had a job, a second job, my own business, and I felt quite confident about my future. Also, I had support of my husband, and also I had my savings. I don't recommend anyone to do very quick changes, but I think that sometimes changes are needed, and the main point to be ready to them in best possible scenario. Um, but what is important also that I didn't just change my job; I changed my life. I returned to different country. I started to work with many people, and also started to develop my media and my platforms. I started very actively Instagram, Telegram, LinkedIn, also YouTube, and I really enjoy to be visible to other people and to share with them my knowledge, my experience, my life. I want other people to know is that first of all, you are not weak when you want more, and you are not weak when you leave um, something stable. You not you are trying to change your life. It's a very bold, and for this you need a lot of courage. And so many people just prefer to live in their own hell and in their own weaknesses, that they would tell you that you are making a mistake. But this is only your life, and only you can know what can really be better for you. Also, a second thing, it's not selfish to leave a job or your office or your team, because at the end of the day, those people in that specific settings are something that you are grateful for, but at some point you just overgrow it, and maybe uh, 2 years ago it was perfect match, but now just you changed and people around changed, and maybe your interests are different, and you have only one life, and um, just think for whom you want to live this life, for yourself or for other people. And the third thing that I want to say that stability, there is nothing stable in the entire world, and stability isn't the cost of your soul. And as we saw with recent changes in the world, so many people lost their jobs in one day, and this perfect image of stability doesn't work uh, to feel like your feeling of being imprisoned, or your feeling that um, you are not doing something for yourself, because we don't know what is happening tomorrow. I saw that so many times with viruses, with uh, political events. So only you, and only you. is responsible for your life. A title doesn't make you safe. Um, we see how people lose jobs. We people see how uh, people change their lives in one day. Also, what is important is that burnout, which I also faced during this period of time, it's a message. It's a very important message to you, and longer you wait, higher is the cost. At first, you pay with money. Maybe you will stay for some period of time without money, or your income will decrease, etc., etc. But every day, your unmade choice or choice which you postpone cost days of your life. It costs your family life, it can cost your health, it can cost anything. But we pay with something every day. We can pay with money, we can pay with our freedom, we can pay with time, we can pay with health. And only you can choose what is the price you want to pay. So, and I want to say that if you feel like you are sitting in your successful work and you don't feel happy or satisfied, this is your mirror. I'm not telling you to quit. I'm telling you to start listening to yourself. What um, what would change if you started to believe that you deserve more? What would change if you actually start to get more from your life? I don't have You don't have to leap, or you don't have to quit to change your life dramatically, but you do have to tell truth to yourself. Are you happy there where you are? Is your work really so successful and so stable and so secure? And don't hide behind performance. Don't hide behind people pleasing or your fears. Don't play small and pay with your dream for some prestige of organization or prestige of a job. If my story hit at you, it's not random. I offer everyone who is interested 20 minutes free of charge session to discuss your situation and to find some solutions where you can feel happier, more content, and more satisfied with your life. You can write below in comments. You can contact me directly through information in description, and I encourage you to live your best life. See you, and subscribe to my channel to hear more interesting stories.